This video was made possible by the Laurel Foundation, Bay Area Lyme Foundation, and the Limelight Foundation.
I used to write a column for a couple of national magazines about making fine prints from small negatives and was regarded as a bit of a master. And that part of my life has completely disappeared and is not something I could even pretend at this point.
That is probably the most common complaint that I do see. Brain fog, the just feeling like the head's not working, the thinking's not working, mixing up words, forgetting things, misplacing things that are really concerning.
Brain fog and confusion, the inability to act, you're helpless, completely helpless. It's been devastating.
I had always had brain fog, which for me I was always teased at as like, oh, it's just she's having a blonde moment or whatever. But for me, inside my head, I would think, no, I'm actually like having a moment like I don't remember that, or I really can't think of the word. Or
what patients refer to as brain fog is what we call maybe cognitive impairment, and it's often driven by what we refer to as encephalitis, so it's inflammation of the brain.
I would sit and cry because I could not get words out, or I would stutter. My speech was very slow. I think that was probably one of the hardest things for the people around me in my life to see.
You're running a race and suddenly you're caught in molasses, and really you're just trying to get to the finish line, but you're stuck.
The brain fog can be pretty intense to the point of causing full depersonalization in people. Brain fog, oftentimes we think of ammonia. We think of the yeast overload, we think of the bacteria, we think of the gut bacteria, we think of other toxic aspects that are happening to create this ammonia, and you try to offload the ammonia to help with brain fog.
As the illness progresses, we know it can get into the central nervous system. This is very common in patients where they feel like they're having a hard time processing, focusing, and they're searching for answers.
I take a variety of supplements through my naturopath to deal with the brain fog. I also, interestingly enough, on my own, I do a lot of mind puzzles for mind stimulation.
It's helpful for patients to have a family member or a friend that accompanies them to doctor's visits. Many of them have neurocognitive issues. Ordering things and following through and making their notes can be very, very hard. To be able to listen to the doctor, provide information, and take notes is almost impossible for some people in the midst of this illness.
I had this memory disability that I was diagnosed with in high school, and I think the root of it was Lyme, but a lot of it was brain fog, and I just wasn't able to get from point A to point B very quickly.
Or my favorite is I would go to send a text message, and the text message that I was crafting in my brain would already be in the phone, and I already had a two-way conversation, and I remembered none of it. So that's gotten better, but I still have moments where I forget names. My memory is really very bad.
I didn't know about brain fog until I first started feeling the fog lift and realized that, oh, my brain isn't just slower than the average Joe.